I also really like the inside of my shoe because it's like stars in the landscape.
Kind of jealous. I wanted that one, but they didn't have my size. Normally I'm 11 and a half, and actually I'm 11 in this model. So
I hope I don't wear it out too much because I want to hang it on my wall.
We just print that picture off online.
It's so pretty.
It's really cool.
Okay.
Hey guys, it's Brandon Kroggy here. Welcome back to Road Running Training Projects. And if you guys are new to the channel, we cover a variety of different running related content, all the way from getting started to the elite level athlete. I myself work in run specialty. I coach everything from the hurdles up to the marathon. And then I use my 10 years of experience from getting started as a runner all the way up to becoming an elite level athlete to help you guys run faster. So if you guys are interested in this kind of content, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and the notification bell right next to that to be notified when I post new content. And today, we're going to talk about my new favorite shoe, the Saucony Freedom 3. That was going to be way cooler, but it's alright. Alright, let's dive into the shoe then. Alright, so this guy right here, it's very similar to the predecessors. No, its predecessors. Alright, so the Saucony Freedom 3 does not have the ISO in the name anymore. Basically what that means is they took away the they took her away. They took her away the ISO fit laces right here. So instead of being these like divided pieces, like they're a little bit divided now, but they're actually more one piece. Attaching in the same piece with just different eyelets now. Before, if you look at the Freedom, here's the Saucony Freedom ISO, the original, the OG ISO. It has these separate little pieces for the ISO fit laces. So that's kind of a major difference between the first and second and the third version. So they took that away. But they still have like a very good upper, I feel like. I feel like the last two had pretty good uppers as well. They have their form fit upper. So essentially you're going to sit down in the shoe just a little bit. And also their upper is supposed to kind of wrap around that foot really well. And I feel like it does a really good job. It can cover a variety of different like feet shapes and sizes. So if you have maybe just a tiny bit wider foot, it works really well with that as well. But also I feel like if you have a really narrow foot, it'll work really well for that. If you have a high volume foot, I feel like it actually works a little better without the ISO fit for the most part. I feel like I ran into a lot of issues with people having a higher instep and then the ISO fit laces putting a lot of pressure on the top of the foot right there. So overall, if you have problems with your heel slipping in and out like I do, you can go through the second eyelet and it works perfectly fine. Then I haven't had any issues with my heel slipping out like I did in the first one. The heel count is also a little bit more structured than the first one. Here's the first one right here. They use this one piece of plastic and then this heel kind of can move all around. With this one, they give a little bit more structure to the back right here. But overall, if we're kind of looking at the shoe as a whole and kind of looking for rigidity, not super rigid, which is kind of nice if you're looking for that. So like I can flex the shoe pretty easily right there. But if you're looking for a little bit more of a rigid shoe, definitely check out my video on the best Saucony shoes for everybody. I'll link it right up above in the cards so you guys can check that out. Alright, so the reason why it maybe has a little bit more instability like that is actually going to be this foam that they use. So it's a very soft but very reactive foam. So their new Power Run foam. So before they used the Ever Run in the previous two models, which is basically the same thing as the Power Run foam. So this one's actually the Power Run Plus, so it's a little bit different too. The Plus pretty much just means the whole midsole of the Power Run foam. So they used to use a full midsole of the Ever Run foam, which they now changed and made it 28% lighter, but also softer too. So yeah, it's hard to believe that they made it softer and lighter. But I actually, from running in the shoe, can confirm that it is definitely lighter. Definitely lighter. And it definitely, to me, feels softer. But again, my other shoe could have just been more worn out. But I feel like it's definitely lighter and definitely softer. Surprisingly, it's a weird combination, but it works. So I love that about this shoe. That's probably my favorite attribute of this shoe. Just how light it is, how responsive it is and how cushiony it is, but that comes at a cost. That comes at a cost of $150, which is actually $10 cheaper than the Saucony ISO 1, the OG, the Saucony ISO OG, and the Saucony ISO 2. So the 3, Saucony Freedom 3, I keep forgetting the Freedom part, you know, becomes the Saucony ISO. That's what everybody says in the running store. Can I look at the Saucony ISO? It's like, which one? But they normally mean this one. So normally I kind of like guide them to the wall and be like, do you mean this one right here? Saucony Freedom ISO? But now they took that out, so no longer. But then let's kind of move on. Let's move on. I'm getting dwelling on these pointless facts here. It's pointless. All right, so looking at the bottom here. This is the bottom of the shoe. This is called the outsole of the shoe. So the outsole of the shoe has either a crystallized rubber, so it's basically a more durable rubber. So I've probably run 50 to 100 miles in this shoe. I don't really keep track too much because I just kind of test it out and see how the shoe is holding up and all that. But essentially, if you look right here, the tread's actually looking pretty good. So the crystallized rubber, I think it's like a silicone blend with the rubber, and they make it a really durable rubber. If you look at this one, which has gotten like probably close to 1,000 miles on it, which is way over what you normally would get out of a shoe, looks pretty good still, doesn't it? I mean, like, you can definitely tell it's been worn quite a bit, but the bottom actually isn't completely worn through, which is awesome. So the crystallized rubber definitely holds up. This one's looking pretty good too for having a good amount of mileage on it. So if you're looking for a really durable shoe, $150 is actually worth it. So this guy actually is, I would say, is worth $150. Looking at it overall for what this shoe could be used for, I've seen reviews saying that people use it for long runs, quicker days, easier days, and that's exactly what I've been using this shoe for. I've been using it for long runs, quicker days, easier run days. Now, the only thing I would not use this shoe for, trail running. They have a specialized trail running shoe, which is amazing. It's probably my favorite my favorite trail running shoe as well. It's called the Saucony Switchback, which I'll leave. I did a review on that one. It's very old, so bear with me for that review. I was very new to the whole YouTube. So I'll put that card in the description above as well, so you guys can check that out. But before this shoe, actually, I ran in a very similar shoe. So before the Saucony, I ran in this guy right here. This is the Boston by Adidas. So this is like my college running shoe right here. Like, I ran through so many different pairs of these guys right here. I had multiple pairs I was switching in and out of. But yeah, they use the Boost foam, which is very similar to the Everrun. Saucony kind of stole Adidas's Boost foam and called it Everrun. They basically made it more dense. But now with the Power Run Plus, it makes it even lighter than this Boost foam, I feel like. This shoe has a little bit more structure to it though. So if you're looking for a little bit more structure, if it's something similar to the Saucony, then check out this guy. And by that I mean rigidity. So see how it doesn't bend as much as like this shoe right here, where you're gonna have quite a bit of flexibility. And this is brand new, and this one's actually been used a little bit. So it doesn't bend quite as much, but you're also probably adding a little bit more weight. This one definitely feels lighter than this one right here. And I believe these are both size 11s. Actually, this one's an 11 and a half. So with Saucony, I went to an 11. So the Saucony Freedom, I feel like it runs maybe a tiny bit big. Just a tiny bit. Like, just because there's a roomier toe box up in the front right there, makes it run just a little bit bigger than most shoes. Where the Adidas runs pretty narrow in the toe box, I feel like. So that's why I probably went to 11 and a half. I flip-flop between 11 and 11 and a half depending on the shoe, because they can never make shoes a standard size for some reason. And then one more thing actually I forgot to mention is that the laces right here are very soft, kind of cottony lace, and that's very, very, very good at staying tight. I haven't had any issues with this shoe coming in tight. I actually have issues taking the shoe off sometimes. It can be a little bit difficult at times. But essentially, yeah, just stuck that guy through that second eyelet right there. And yeah, it works wonders. The heel stays locked in. 23 millimeters of cushioning in the back here, and then 19 millimeters in the front. So 4 millimeter difference between the back of the shoe and the front of the shoe. Typically, you're looking at about 10 to 12 for most shoes. So it is a little bit lower drop. Something I would definitely work into if you guys are new to that. If you guys are very experienced with that, then you'll be just fine. And yeah, that's kind of the Saucony Freedom 3. Hey guys, if you're looking to purchase this shoe, then check out the link in the description below. It's an affiliate link, so basically what that means is that at no extra cost to you, I get just a little bit of commission to maybe help me improve the quality of my YouTube channel. And that's exactly what I would do with it. I'm just gonna put it right back on the YouTube channel, and buy maybe better equipment, or maybe even buy another shoe to review, because I don't actually get sponsored by any of these shoe brands or anything like that. I had to buy this shoe. I got a discount because I work at a running store, but I had to buy this shoe. I think it was like 130 bucks or something for me or whatever. So not cheap to run this YouTube channel. So greatly appreciate it if you guys were to purchase the shoe. If you guys go through that affiliate link in the description below. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed and you want to catch more content. And I'll catch you guys later in the next video.
So I like the shoe a lot. The 4mm drop is going to be something to get used to again. But the cushion is, I feel like it's a lot different from the original and the 2. I don't know if I would have to try on the old ones again just to see what those feel like, but mine are really worn out, so I don't know if I'll get a good comparison. But I think I might have liked the old foam better just because it felt more condensed rather than squishy. Not that the squishiness is bad, I guess I don't know. It's been a while too, so it's, yeah. But yeah, I really like it. I do miss the, what's it called? The bottom.
Everyone, crystallized rubber.
The crystallized rubber. I do miss that because it used to be like the entire shoe was covered in the crystallized rubber. There was no exposed foam or any of the...
You can't see it on the camera.
There was no exposed foam or like any of that regular sole on it. It was literally all covered in the crystallized rubber. And I feel like it just lasted longer, like the bottom of the shoe lasted longer. Even though it was only my first run, you can already see it kind of like tearing and stuff. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. I also really like the inside of my shoe because it's like stars in the landscape.
Kind of jealous. I wanted that one, but they didn't have my size. Normally I'm 11 and a half, and actually I'm 11 in this model. So
I hope I don't wear it out too much because I want to hang it on my wall.
We just print that picture off.
It's so pretty.
It's really cool.
Okay. No, that's all I want.
Why didn't you wear yours? Tell us what you think of the shoes.
You're a little
I don't have my first impressions of the Freedom.
I like them.
She has a way cooler color than I do.
Yeah, I do.
Way cooler. You like them? They're squishy. That's going to be your review of the shoe. They're squishy.